everyone, it's Joe, and I'm here with another trail review. It's Tuesday morning after Labor Day, and had the opportunity to go ride at Andrews University over the weekend. Our family stayed nearby in a cottage on Magician Lake, and in preparation for the weekend, I was doing some research on mountain bike trails that were nearby. Andrews University is off from US 31, south of 94, north of the Indiana border, and it's pretty easy to get to. It's right off the highway. The trailhead is right off the highway as well. It's essentially the first northern road, northern drive east of the exit, east of US 31. I had my fat bike with me, and as I was doing my research ahead of time, I saw on the MMBA website, mmba.org, on their trail guide, that there was a 10-mile trail there, and undisclosed difficulty, which piqued my interest. It was quite curious. Also did some research on Strava using their heat maps and segment finder, and so I was able to find some data on elevation and kind of get a sense for what routes people were riding. When I was looking at the trail map on MMBA's trail guide, it looked like the trail was a web of interconnected trails. So I was really kind of curious to see how it was laid out. And when I was doing my research on Strava, I noticed that there was not a whole lot of elevation gain. I think Strava was suggesting that there was maybe 150 feet for the entire 8.5 mile route. MMBA's website, the trail map that they have, suggests that there's 10 miles of trail. I believe that might be 10 miles of trail in total, not necessarily all a part of the mountain bike loop. So when I got there, I was kind of curious. I had a couple of hours to kill. My wife dropped me off. She was going to St. Joseph, and was looking forward to exploring some new trail, and kind of curious as to how this was going to work. So the first thing I noted is that despite the map showing that there was a network and a spider web of trail, the mountain bike trail was actually marked well in a loop. There was one section, kind of a field section that goes north along the highway, that you had an option of doing. You could cut that loop out. The second lap that I did not do that loop, I was running short on time. But it is well marked, and if you start, you will be brought back to the beginning without having to stop and look at trail maps everywhere, which there are trail maps. So I did note kiosks throughout the trail as well. So if you wanted to see where you were, you could stop and take a look. As far as the elevation goes, the other thing that I noted is that there's a lot more elevation there than I think Strava and GPS is picking up. It's certainly used very well. The topography is used very well. The trail is a pretty technical trail. There's a lot of switchbacks, a lot of short punchy climbs. There's a couple of sustained climbs. It still does not have a ton of elevation like some of the northern Michigan trails and probably trails out west, but still for Michigan, it had a pretty good layout, and the climbing was challenging. It was very, very aerobic. It was a pretty good workout. The trail, like I mentioned, is pretty technical, not only with switchbacks and short punchy climbs, but also with roots and rocks. I found about halfway through the trail, after falling, that my fat bike, A, was probably not the right bike, or maybe not the more preferable bike for me to take, but then B, I had 12 pounds of tire pressure in my tires, and I think I should have let some air out. I think it might have been a little bit better. I think the trail is made up mostly of a clayish soil. It had not rained, as far as I know, in South Michigan for about a week, and I still saw some spots. There were a couple of spots with some standing water and some kind of mushy mud. So I'm guessing that after a rain, it probably collects water and holds water. So definitely watch trail conditions if there's been rain in the last week or so. But otherwise, the trail was totally fun. It was I try not to rate trails and say this is a better trail than others, because everybody has a kind of different interest in trails. But I had a lot of fun on the trail. I really think it's worthwhile. I mean, it's from both a workout standpoint and a distance and amount of trail that's there. I think it's worth driving to if you're within an hour. Go check it out. And if you're going to be in the area, it's certainly worth taking a look. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on Andrews University Trail. And if you've ridden the trail, I'd love to hear your thoughts and let me know what you ride when you're down there. So we'll talk to you soon.